And what's good, everyone? Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you guys in the channel being a part here on the stream. I legit got home like a couple minutes ago. I was covering 2 games today for a baseball doubleheader. And here we are, Final Four, everybody, as we're going to tip off in just a moment. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. Incredible Final Four. Huge for the sport. Blue bloods all over the place in this Final Four. And this is the first matchup tipping off right now as we are underway. Kansas left to right on the court. They got the white uniforms, blue numbers, blue letters. Villanova, dark blue jerseys, white numbers, white letters, as we just tipped off a matchup here into the Final Four. Jalen Wilson at the right corner. Gives it over to Agbaji. Takes the three and he makes it right out of the gate there for Kansas. Soundman, Vegas, Darius, thanks so much all for joining in, being a part here today. Kansas 4-point favorites on the line. Over-under for this matchup set at 133.5. Villanova first possession. Gillespie shoots the three. Missed off the back rim. Defensive rebound pulled down by Jalen Wilson. Hey, Joso, welcome back to the stream. Thanks so much, man, for joining in. Yeah, it's allergies that I got. Yesterday I was really down or so. It's allergies outside the change of the season. That's good. Up and in off the glass, McCormack. Yeah, my voice is like a lot lower. I feel like at what it is. But we've had the neighbor's dog's a golden retriever that we have, and I'm not sure if I'm allergic to him either for the golden retriever. But when he used to have the other dog, because he's been staying now for like the last week, and DeJuan Wilson steals it away. DeJuan Harris out to Jalen Wilson, who lost the handle. Back it goes to Villanova. Slow start here for Nova without Justin Moore. Samuels out to the top. Gillespie towards his right at the baseline. Double teamed. Achai, Agbaji, Dave McCormack there. Gillespie's got to get it away. Bounce pass he does. Dixon over to Gillespie, and he turns it over. So rough start by Villanova right out of the gate in this game. Yeah, it's the change of season with the allergies, and then I'm not sure if it's like being allergic to the dog, but yeah. Kansas scores the bucket up 7-0. Damon McCormack gets his second bucket of the game, and that's a big problem spot for Villanova going into this matchup. Interior defense without their top defender, Justin Moore as well. Samuels out the wing perimeter. Down the lane of the float up a shot, and Villanova called for the travel by Brandon Slater. What's good, Bradley? Welcome to the stream here, man. Three turnovers by Villanova. That's tough. Right out of the gate to start off this one. Kansas with a three, and they drill it. Looks like one team is focused here on getting to the national title game. Achai, Agbaji. So many great players in this Kansas team. And they just exploded that second half, Elite 8 against Miami. They were playing down first half against Miami. And they make a statement right here out of the gate. 3-point shot taken by Villanova, missed off the mark. Offensive rebound, they put it up, and it's through by Brandon Slater. So 3 minutes into the game, Kansas perfect 4 for 4 on their 4 possessions so far. Agbaji over to Brown, McCormack gives it over to Jalen Wilson. Back out to the top to Christian Brown. Brown passes to his left to Agbaji. Agbaji over to Brown, takes the three, step back, missed off the backboard. Back it goes for the rebound by Nova. 16.5 left to play. Gillespie inside the key, working on DeJuan Harris. Moves it out to Slater. Out to the top, it's Daniels. Daniels really going to have to step up in this game. Give him a chance without Justin Moore. Missed shot, no good. Goes back to Agbaji. Defensive rebound. Christian Brown gives it over to DeJuan Harris on the outside. 16 minutes left to go in the first. Over to Brown. To his left, Wilson takes the three. Missed off the front rim. Rebound pulled down by Villanova. 4 minutes through the game so far. If you guys are doing a stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Turnover by Villanova. That's their fourth in the first 4 minutes, and they only averaged just over 9 turnovers per game. That is top 15 nationally in fewest turnovers per game, but 4 right out of the gate. That's a really bad sign against a team for Kansas that loves to play up-tempo. Villanova loves to slow down the basketball, and not working in their favor right now. 345th in total adjusted tempo as McCormack will draw the foul picked up. It's going to be on Caleb Daniels. Clock will stop. 15:28 left to go in the first, and this game right out of the gate, it's all Kansas. We're going to take the first media timeout of the game right now in this one. So Kansas goes 4 of 6. Villanova 1 of 4. 4 turnovers, and yeah, tough one for Villanova. Cannot turn the basketball, especially. That's been the strong suit of this team this season, not turning it over. And today, 4 turnovers right out of the gate. Not a good sign for Nova. All right, so we're going to take the timeout here. If you guys are doing a stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Sorry if I sound a little off today. I have like allergies, change of the seasons, and we also got the dog over this week for my neighbor's dog, and I'm not sure if I'm like allergic to dogs as well, but yesterday wasn't feeling that great, and I'm more like congested today. I actually came from covering 2 baseball games, which wasn't that hard because it's not like basketball where it constantly keeps on going on and on and on. But I feel much better than yesterday. Feel free to vote in the poll as well. Who do you got in this one tonight? Kansas or Villanova? Hope to cover the second game of the day. That will be the big one everybody's waiting for first time. Those two teams have met up in the NCAA tournament. Cannot believe it's the first between one of the greatest rivalries all college sports. Or all college sports is definitely UNC versus Duke. What's good? Young Poppy on the stream. Welcome in. Joe, welcome back in. Yeah, I'm feeling much better today than yesterday. So that's good. I slept like... Once I got home yesterday, I slept a lot. Imagine, welcome back in. Yeah, things going pretty well, man. Been struggling with allergies here, change of the season, pollen, the buds starting to fall on the trees. But I'm better than yesterday, which is good. Yesterday I fell asleep. I rested for a lot for yesterday. Yeah, pretty good. The team that I covered, it was their first conference games that they played, and it was a doubleheader today, and they went 2-0. So that was good. The last pitcher that pitched in the doubleheader, he pitched a complete game, 2-hitter in the complete game, because they won both of the games. It was 10-5 and then 5-1, or 5-2, because he allowed 1 run and then the other one was charged in an error. They had 7 errors in that second game, but still won. There was actually more errors than hits, because they combined for 10 errors. And they had 9 combined hits in the whole game. It's crazy. And that team that I cover is top 35. Or they're at 35 nationally this week in the poll. They were ranked at 16, but they had dropped out in the preseason poll. So back from the timeout here, Dave McCormack at the free throw line, shooting 2 for Kansas. First one is good. So we got 15:28 left to go in the first. Villanova's going to have to provide an answer for McCormack. He's got 5 points so far. And whenever he goes off, there's a good chance that Kansas is going to take the game. Second shot missed around, the rim and out. Kansas just such a dangerous team. They went 50% at the free throw line, and they still crushed Miami on Sunday. That speaks to volumes how good this team is for Kansas. Is that they went 13-26 at the free throw line, and they just went off in the second half. Kansas was actually trailing in the second half. It's college baseball that I cover. 15 minutes left to go. Kansas comes back with the ball off the rebound. Dwan Harris at the top. Moves it over to Agbaji, deflected ball into the hands of McCormack, gets position, missed a slam dunk though, and it goes back to Villanova with a rebound. Jose, welcome back to the stream, airman. Kelly, welcome back in. Glad to have you guys in the stream once again. Hey, best of luck there, Jose. Villanova with the ball, 14:30 left to go in the first. They only got 2 points to show for. Bounce pass out to the left elbow. Jermaine Samuels rises up for the jumper. Missed off the back rim. Deflected out of bounds by McCormack. The rest will say it will stay Villanova ball. Soundman, welcome back on the stream. Villanova gets the inbound. Bounce pass, corner three. Gillespie hits it. They're going to need more of those if they want to have a chance in this game. Creighton hit a barrage of threes to keep it close all game long against Kansas. Jayhawks with the ball. Brown moves it out to the left corner. Remy Martin. He's been tremendous off the bench. 6-year player. Deflected pass. McCormack has it. Puts it up, and McCormack fouled. Jermaine Samuels picks up the blocking foul. Dave McCormack's got 5. And he'll head to the free throw line and shoot 2 more. Nothing yesterday, basically, for April Fool's Day. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that well yesterday, actually. Anthony, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in. Best of luck out there. Taking Kansas. Also got Duke tonight. First shot. That's good at the line for McCormack. Get 60 on the stream. If you guys are new in the channel here, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified of future live streams. Second shot is good by McCormack. They struggled dearly at the free throw line against Miami today, though. No problem so far. McCormack's made 3 out of 4 attempts to start off this game. Through the first 6 minutes of action, it's 13-5 Kansas. Villanova with the ball. Gillespie just made a 3 at the corner. Pump fake of the left wing. Dribbles up into the key on Brown. Gillespie bounce pass to the top. Slater dribbles, drives, left-handed layup, missed it. Off the glass, and it goes back to McCormack with a defensive rebound. Wide open pathway, and Slater couldn't put it down. Corner 3, Agbaji takes one. He makes it. 16-5, Kansas firing out on all cylinders. Drive and kick out to the corner where Achai is. Achai with 9, McCormack with 7. It's only 2 scores so far for Kansas, but going off. Villanova, they have the possession. 13-10 left to go in the first. Gillespie sizes up Wilson. Shoots the 3. Skipped around the rim and out. Defensive rebound pulled down by Remy Martin. Passes ahead out to Agbaji. Gives it out to the wing. Brown shoots that one. Around the rim. Missed the 3. Caleb Daniels comes out with a defensive board. Under 13 minutes left to go in the first. At the top of the key, Slater. Dribbles up to the free throw circle. Moves it out to Daniels. Daniels, left baseline dribble off his shoe. He turns it over. Turnover's been an issue. That's the 5th one of the game now for Villanova. Hey, there you go, Jose. Good to hear there, man. 12:43 left to go in the first. Kansas dominating so far just by 2 players only. 9 points by Achai Agbaji. Dave McCormack with 7. Kansas with a possession. 5 turnovers by Villanova. It's been crushing them so far in this game. Lob inside a Lightfoot. Lost it off his hands out of bounds. Tried to dive over to cameraman to save that basketball, but couldn't. Mitch Lightfoot, by the way, he's coming back for his 7th season next year. So he just got granted eligibility a couple days ago. Yikes. Watch out for that cameraman out in the front row underneath Kansas's hoop. He got run over by Lightfoot on the last possession. Brian, welcome in. Taking Kansas in this one. Thanks so much for stopping by, man. Yeah, tough start for Villanova right now. They love to control the tempo of the game, and this tempo is just not benefiting them. Kansas loves to play fast. They get out on the break so fluidly as that's a 3, and it's good by Villanova on the outside. What's good, Christian? Welcome to the stream here, man. 12 minutes left to go in the first. Kansas has possession. Martin, yet to score, moves it out to his left to Agbaji. Agbaji top scorer in the game with 9. Gives it over to Brown at the top. Over to Wilson. Lobs it outside. Agbaji, catch and shoot three. Hits it. Splash. Ochai Agbaji, All-American for a reason. He has shown up here a perfect 4 for 4 from three-point range. 12 points by Agbaji right out of the gate in this game. And it's going to be a kicked ball violation charge to Kansas. 11:33 left to go in the first. 19-8 for the Jayhawks, and Ochai Agbaji putting his mark in the game. If Kansas wanted to be here, he needed to go off in the second half, exactly what he did against Miami in the Elite Eight, as they were in some danger dropping that game. And right now, Ochai Agbaji, right out of the gate, picks off where he left off in the second half against the Canes. We take the timeout. 11:33 left to go in the first. Yeah, LSU, I saw they lost a bunch of players via transfer. They got a good head coach, though, with Matt McMahon from Murray State. Vaughn, welcome in. Renee on the stream, welcome in. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much all for joining in, being a part here on the stream. I'm sorry if I do sound a little bit odd compared to other streams here. My allergy has been bothering me for the past couple of days. I've been getting better, though, today than yesterday. Yesterday was a tough day, but yeah, it's the change of season out there, and we also have the neighbor's dog who's living with us for the past week, and I think maybe like might be a little allergic to him via like extended stays or something. Not sure completely though, but yeah, it's the change of spring in my area too. So Ochai Agbaji, 12 total points, top scorer in the game, perfect 4 for 4 from 3. Nobody can stop him so far. It's crazy. Kansas got 19 points on the board. They've only had 2 scores. Other 7 points by Dave McCormack. Hey, there you go. Happy birthday to you there, Christian. Aaron, welcome to the stream. I think if Kofi Coburn comes back, Illinois is going to have a really good season, I feel like, for next year. But I think it all depends if he comes back, because he might stay for another season. I think it's too early to tell as far as like players leaving, players transferring, because there's like a lot of players going all over the place in the transfer portal. What's good, Behind the Arc fan? Welcome back to the stream here, brother. Glad to have you guys join in once again. I would take Paulo Banchero, top player in the Final Four. So 11:33 left to go in the first. Ochai Agbaji is outscoring Villanova as a team. Perfect 4 of 4 from three-point range. Villanova just 3 of 10. I had myself a fruit cup. We have 11:33 left to go in the first. Oh, yeah, indeed. Ian, welcome back in, man. 5 field goals made by Villanova, 5 turnovers so far. They really have to get it going. It's going to be a long night here for Villanova in this game. Back to action. They bring in Chris Arcidiacono, younger brother of Ryan, who's in the NBA, as he's into the game first time today. Lob inside Eric Dixon. Moves it on top. Here's a 3, and that's good straight away by Jermaine Samuels. They really needed that one. I took Kansas and Duke in the championship game. Kansas with a possession, 11 minutes left to go. Agbaji left baseline, dumps it down low to Lightfoot. Passes on top. Harris gives it over to the wing to Martin. Dribbles towards the top now. Working on Arcidiacono. Has space. Takes the jumper. Missed it off the back rim. Offensive rebound. Hauled down by Kansas. Another chance. Remy Martin. Drive. Kick. Corner. 3 in the air. Got it. And that is Jawan Harris who drills the 3. not really known as a scorer, more of the facilitator, but off the driving kick by Remy Martin, he gets the assist in this 22-11 Kansas. Brian, welcome back in, man. Verdon, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much all for joining in. Got 100 watching right now. Dixon has the ball at the top. Entry pass off to Gillespie. Gillespie had it bobble, lost out of bounds, deflected from behind by Harris. 10:20 left to go in the first. Yeah, that matchup's going to be incredible tonight, man. Oh, it's incredible for the sport. Incredible for college basketball. It's a dream matchup in Coach K's final season. Inbound, corner, 3, Samuels, over the rim, missed it. Villanova struggling from the perimeter in this matchup. Had a look, and Samuels shot it over the rim. And that's what their main relying upon is perimeter threes. Top 35 nationally, attempting around 27 per game. Pivot move down low. McCormack gets another bucket, puts up Kansas 24-11. Dave McCormack up to 9 points, all inside the low post and at the free throw line with 3 of those points. Kansas shooting the ball. Tremendous clip, 62.5%. And that's a steal. Remy Martin, 2-on-1 in the break. This is a guaranteed 2. Straight away, clear path lane, and it was not a guaranteed 2. Juwan Harris missed a wide-open layup. Kick out to the corner. Harris gives it over to Agbaji. Turns the corner on Dixon. Shovel McCormack. Nobody there. Throws it down with a two-handed flush. Raising the roof by David McCormack. Timeout taken on the floor by Jay Wright. 9:28 left to go in the first. Points in the paint. They're just so good at twos with this Kansas team. They get to the rim constantly, and there's no stopping them right now. Dave McCormack, 11 points. Ache Agbaji with 12. And then a 3 made by Juwan Harris with 2 steals. They forced a total of 6 turnovers by Villanova in this one as we take the timeout. What's good, Alex on the stream? Welcome in. Glad to have you guys being a part here once again. Yeah, it is shocking, Christian. Really shocking. It's great for the sport that all the Blue Bloods make it to the Final Four, though. Yeah, that would be unbelievable if Hubert Davis leads UNC to a national championship. That's incredible. Yeah, I don't believe so. That it's happened before with a first-year head coach. Yes, I plan on covering the title game as well. So right now we're just in a timeout. Tough spot here in the game for Villanova at this point, because they love to slow down the tempo, and when they're ahead, that's what they are able to do, keep their game through their defense. And right now it's just a troublesome spot. They've lost that defensive ability with their top defender not on the court, with Justin Moore out for this game. And it's led to minutes by other players who haven't played much minutes this season. Ryan Arcidiacono was in on the last group of possessions before the timeout that was taken. Or Chris Arcidiacono, younger brother from Ryan, and Chris is only averaging just 1.6 points per game this season. So it's just been a tough spot that they're in right now, because Caleb Daniels has been the 6th man off the bench this season for Villanova, but now he moves up into the starting 5, and after that they don't have like much depth there for Villanova. So this is a tough one. A team that loses a key player to injury, whereas Kansas got back a key player from injury right before their Big 12 title championship with Remy Martin, and he's made a huge impact in the Big 12 tournament and now the NCAA tournament as well. Remy yet to score so far, but he's got 3 rebounds, 1 assist so far in this game. What's good, Chris? Alex on the stream. Linda, welcome on the stream, everybody, being a part here today. Yeah, that second half against Miami, that rejuvenated everything for Kansas. They, based on looking at them sometimes this season, they play down to opponents, but they're capable of so much more, and they're showing that right now in this game. They are capable of so much more, and right now they are performing at top notch for this Kansas Jayhawks team. Second half against Miami, and now onwards. They put into the first half of this game. So we get back to action. 9:35 left to go in the first. It's Villanova with the inbound. Gillespie at the right wing perimeter, moves on top to Daniels. Daniels defended by Juwan Harris, settles for the jumper, hits it for the deep two. 18-footer goes down. It's a 13-point game. Kansas with a possession. They'll look to slow it down here. Harris bounce pass over to Brown. Moves it out to his right. Agbaji skip pass corner. Juwan Harris, who has made a three in the earlier stage of this game. Agbaji lobs it inside. McCormack turn around, puts one up, and he hits it. David McCormack, when he's in double figures, things looking so well for Kansas. McCormack up to 13 points now, 5 of 6 from the floor in half number 1. Yes, I got those two as well, Harry. 8.5 left to go in the first. Daniels, top of the key, dribbles towards his left, passes over to Dixon. He'll shoot the three for the big fella. Missed off the back rim. They get their own offensive rebound, though, with Samuels. Over to Daniels, bobbled it. Receives the pass, though, pick set by Dixon. Daniels at the wing, defended by Harris. Reverse hand layup. He sticks it. Count it in the foul. One shot coming up at the free throw line here for Caleb Daniels. It's probably Duke out of all the teams the most because of how much they've achieved over with Coach K, and that they've been unstoppable like every single season. They put together a great season for Duke. One shot here at the line for Daniels. He hits it. They're the top free throw shooting team in the nation. If this game somehow gets close, late stages of this one, turn to Villanova. Because this game's still far away from being done. That's a big 3-point play completed by Caleb Daniels. At the right corner, Christian Brown. Dribbles towards his left, gives over to Jalen Wilson. Wilson inside the paint. Turnaround hook. Wilson hits it. So it's basically Ben McCormack, but now Wilson on the board for his first bucket. 7:45 left to go in the first. Villanova has the ball past midcourt. Bounce pass top of the key, Eric Dixon. Dixon hands it off to Samuels. Samuels dribbles up mid-block, puts up the shot. Defended by Wilson, missed it. And the rebound goes to McCormack. McCormack really showing what he's got in this game. Kansas looking to move it quick. Brown out to the free throw circle. Jumper. Jalen Wilson hits it. They legit cannot miss. That's actually a three. They had the floor cam up there. That's from behind the free throw circle at the top of the key. Jalen Wilson makes a three. And he's around the high 20s in percentage this season in three-point range. And that's a big confidence booster right there. When he's been struggling from three, able to knock down a shot like that. Kansas just has been unstoppable here in his first half. 7 minutes left to go. Jayhawks shooting 65% from the floor. 3-point shot missed off the front rim. They get the offensive rebound. Samuels off to Dixon. Dunks it through. I'm going to go for the underdog. I'll take UConn tomorrow night. 6:40 left to go. First half, Kansas with a possession. Brown gives it over to Martin. Remy takes the three, makes it straight through the shoot right there for the triple. Everybody drilling shots here for the Jayhawks in the first half. 70% from downtown. They are 7 for 10 in this game. McCormack with 13. 5 of 6 inside the low post. 12 points by Agbaji. Perfect. 4 for 4 from 3-point range. 5 by Jalen Wilson making a 3. 3 off the bench by Remy Martin with a 3. And Juwan Harris even made a 3 as well. Kansas doubling Villanova. Villanova needs to start getting something going on here. Put together stops or this is going to be tough. Dixon draws the foul committed by McCormack. Clock will stop with 6:02 left to go. And we're going to take a media timeout. Kansas picks off where they just last left off. Crushing Miami in the second half. And they did it on a 47-15 second half advantage. And here they are once again. Right out of the gate, it's 36-18. Oh wow. I didn't know what the actual number was for 13 straight Final Fours, but I know constantly every single season they're like at the top. Shenard, welcome to the stream. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate everybody for joining in, being a part here tonight on the stream. Feel free to join in. Later tonight, I'll be covering Duke against UNC. The classic matchup for the ages going on later tonight, so you guys are welcome to join in. We got over 200 plus watching the stream. Appreciate everybody for being a part here right now. Kansas just cannot be stopped. 7 of 10 from three-point range. Everything is dropping, spacing out the floor so well. And Villanova held a 3 of 9 from the outside so far in this game. They've attempted half of their shots as threes, half of their shots at twos. 18 total shots, 7 of 18 from the floor. 3 of 9 from the perimeter. And the top free throw shooting team in all college basketball has only gone to the free throw line once in this game. They're going to come up, go to the free throw line for 2 more shots coming up out of the timeout with Eric Dixon. But close game would play benefit for Villanova. This one right now is not a close game. And that's probably the talk leading up to this matchup that Bill Self had wanted. That just have Kansas get up as many points as possible so they don't play a close game against Villanova. And when Villanova's down like this, it's going to be tough to come back because their offense in adjusted tempo is 345th nationally per KenPom. And they're also without their top defender, Justin Moore. Just brutal injury. Came at a just terrible time right there at the end of that Elite 8 game against Houston. And welcome in, man. Yeah, Kansas is just hitting everything from the floor right now. Their schedule is preparing them well for this matchup. I think it's Kansas who has the most quad 1 and quad 2 victories out of any team combined this year. They're just crushing them. We got 6 minutes left to go in the first. Putting up 36 points. They're on pace for around 50. Let's go to Antonio on the stream. Welcome in. Paul, welcome in, man. Yep, matchup for the ages. Going to go down as the best matchup in all college basketball history. Ghost, welcome back on the stream. So we got 6 minutes left to go. My apologies if I do sound off today. It's the allergy type of season here, so struggling a little bit with allergies past couple of days. It's changed from winter to spring where I am, as the trees have started to bud over here. Villanova at the line shooting 2 with Eric Dixon. First one's good. I took Duke in the next one. I didn't think that this would be a blowout like this, though. Second free throw he missed. 6 minutes remaining. Kansas comes up with a rebound. Remy Martin at the edge of the Final Four logo. Moves it out to his left to Agbaji. Started out sizzling perfect. 4 of 4 from three-point range. They pass it across the court. Agbaji off to Jalen Wilson at the top. Agbaji gets the touch again. Working on Gillespie. Moves it out to Martin. 8 on the shot clock. Remy at the top. Crossover. Drives down the lane. Kick out to the corner. Brown shoots a 3. No good off the rim. Rebound collected by Villanova into the hands of Brandon Slater. Dexter, thanks so much for joining in here, man. Shenard, Danny, Jeffy on the stream. Welcome on board, everybody. Bounce pass, low post, Eric Dixon. Backs his way on Lightfoot. Puts one up, no good. Contested by Lightfoot. Second chance, Dixon. No good, and Lightfoot comes out with a defensive rebound. Mitch Lightfoot, a couple of days ago, just got granted a 7th season of eligibility for the Jayhawks. Kansas with the ball back. That was tremendous defense by Lightfoot. Martin, entry pass, Lightfoot. Has it. Gets in position, puts it up, couldn't score, deflected, offensive rebound, put back is good by Jalen Wilson. Just relentless on the glass as well in this game. Tomorrow I'm going to take off. I plan on covering, later tonight it's going to be Duke UNC, and then after that the championship game on Monday for men's. Corner 3 on its way for Villanova, missed off the front rim, offensive rebound pulled down by Daniels. Out to the top. Here's another three. Missed off the rim by Slater. Their three is struggling to connect. They're now 3 of 11. 3-point shot missed by Martin at the top. Rebound Daniels. 4:15 left to go. Yeah, hopefully the next game will be much closer than this one. CF, welcome to the streamer, man. Gillespie fires away from 3. Got it. That's good. It's a 16-point game. 4 minutes remaining before halftime. We'll see if that can start to build something. Colin Gillespie up to 6. Top scorer for Duke's Dane McCormack with 13. 12 points by Achai Egbaji. It's Jalen Wilson, who's got 7. He gets the touch. Gives it over to Brown. Lob inside Lightfoot. Couldn't track it down. Bounce pass into the wrong hands. Intercepted by Gillespie. Gillespie gives it down the lane. Slater. And it's going to be charged. A blocking foul by Christian Brown. Only 5 combined fouls so far. This game's going by pretty fast. That's the 3rd charge to Kansas. 2 by Villanova. As we're going to take a timeout here. 38-22 to score with 3:35 left to go in the first. Yeah, Jalen Wilson, he does for he does a little bit there for Jalen Wilson. Kind of looks like Cade Cunningham. I think there was somebody from Baylor too that sort of looked like him. I think it was Kendall Brown, who, yeah, Kendall Brown sort of looked like Cade Cunningham, too. Kansas' shots just, man, they're dropping at a high clip tonight. Red hot how they space the floor out there on the court. It's just a big loss, losing Justin Moore in the last game. Big hit as far as the defensive end for Villanova. Well, I had said around the 6-minute mark that when Kansas had the lead and they were up, it was 36-18, that they were on their route to 50, most likely before half. But that's kind of stopped recently for Kansas on a little bit of a cold spell for them. It's now 38-22, though. Tay Cole, thanks so much for joining in, man. Jeffrey, appreciate it here for finding my stream. Yeah, this one is a college basketball dream with the Blue Bloods in it for Final Four matchups. Coach K in his final season going up against UNC, the Final Four, an absolute dream matchup. It's a big moneymaker for college basketball. Those tickets, like at halftime between the UNC St. Peter's game, everybody from that area for UNC and Duke, Tobacco Road area, they were just booking their tickets for New Orleans last Sunday. What's good, Ken? Vince in the stream, welcome in. Thanks so much, guys, for joining in. If you're new on the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Feel free to join in later tonight. I'll be covering Duke against Villanova, or Duke against UNC after this one. Yeah, not a good start for Villanova. They had 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes. They've got 6 turnovers currently. Kansas plus 8 in the paint, 14-6. It's Kansas who's made 7 threes out of 12 attempts. Achai Egbaji was red hot from the floor starting out. He is still a perfect 4-4. 12 points by Achai. Dane McCormack with 13 points, and he has scored 10 of those points in the paint of the 14. So we come up out of the timeout. Brandon Slater at the free throw line here for Villanova, shooting 2 with 3:35 left to go. First shot is good. Second shot, and that bounces in by Slater. So starting to inch their way little by little Trying to get back, winning single digits here for Villanova. Down by 14. Kansas takes the ball up the court with Jalen Wilson. Hands it off to Juan Harris. Lob over the top, looking for Agbaji on a jam cut. And he was denied there in the alley-oop opportunity. Samuels comes out with a steal. Handoff to Gillespie. Passes to his right out to Daniels. Daniels lobs it inside. Able to get it to Samuels. Gillespie extra pass. Fed to the wing. Here's a three. Missed off the front rim by Brian Antone. And Kansas comes up with a rebound as Villanova gets called in a loose ball foul. 3:04 left to go before half. Both teams with 3 total fouls each. Hey, what's good? Lawrence, welcome to the stream, man. Kansas going to bring it up the court. 3 minutes left to go. Wilson moves it over to Brown at the top. Brown gives it over to Agbaji. Agbaji passes outside Harris. Pump fake. Dribbles up into the key. Moves it out to Brown. Brown double teamed out to the corner. Wide open three. Juwan Harris takes one. Missed poorly off the front rim. Goes right back to Villanova. Down by 14. Another chance to cut into it. Ooh, bodies collide there. That's going to be called a blocking foul on Juwan Harris. So this should be free throws coming up by Caleb Daniels. They're going to say not shooting motion there, so they just call it generic bump foul. So it's going to go right back to Villanova off the inbound. No free throws. Wasn't able to get into the shooting motion as he went down the lane. Gillespie puts one up. Tough take, and he hits it right there. What's good, Maliko? Welcome back to the stream. Approaching the 2-minute mark left to go. Kansas with the ball. Wilson, Brown out to the corner. Harris, lob inside Lightfoot. Lightfoot on top. Here's a three. No good off the back rim. And last touched out of bounds. It's by Harris. No, it's just allergies. Yeah, that's unbelievable that Tyreek Hill went to the Dolphins. Villanova on a 7-zip run. We've got a minute 50 remaining before halftime. Hey, what's good? Scotty in the stream. Welcome in. Gillespie defended by Remy Martin. Gillespie passes out over to Daniels. They move it over to Dixon. Handoff to a three-point shot. No good around the rim. Offensive rebound. Slater double team. Puts one up and off the glass first time. Second time off the glass. Offensive board again. Gillespie outside. Takes the three. He makes it. It's single digits. It's a 10-zip run by Villanova. Kansas is stuck at 38. Now it's anybody's game right now. Minute 23 left remaining in the first half as we're going to take a timeout. Timeout taken by Bill Self of Kansas. What's good, Drew? Welcome in. Scott on the stream. Welcome on board, everybody. Yeah, I think Chiefs still should be in that Super Bowl contending conversation. Villanova making a couple of threes lately here. Gillespie up to 11 just like that for their team leader. He's the leading scorer right now at the moment for Villanova. They cut back on the turnovers, start to make their shots, and now Villanova's got themselves right back in the game, winning 9. 19-point lead was the largest one of the game by Kansas. Kansas was out-rebounding Villanova most of this game on the glass, and now Villanova, with a couple big offensive rebounds, has turned their rebound advantage into +2, currently 17-15. That's the thing about Kansas, is that they play down the competition a little bit, gets to their head, and they do struggle for stretches. That's the thing, but when they go off, they go off. Like we saw at the start of this game, second half against Miami. When their heads are in the game, everybody's focusing on top of it. That's when they do the most damage, and they started out the game like that. Wilson takes the jumper deep, too. Couldn't convert. They're not taking it to the rim. That's been the difference maker. Lightfoot. Offensive rebound. Controls it for Kansas. Final minute. Wilson gives it over to Remy Martin. Martin at the edge of the midcourt logo. 50 seconds left to go. Gives it over to Wilson. Backs his way inside the paint on Dixon. Puts one up behind the defender. Missed the shot. No good. Offensive rebound. Second chance. Got it by Mitch Lightfoot. Teammate helping out teammate in a big cause right there for Kansas. Oop. 40-29. 30 seconds left to go. OG, welcome on the stream here, man. Villanova with a possession. Caleb Daniels at the top. Defended by Brown. Dribbles up, drives down the lane inside, puts one up. No good. Blocked. Deflected out. Last touch by Daniels. Goes back to Kansas with 15 and a half seconds. Kansas with a final possession here before halftime. Remy Martin has it at the edge of the midcourt logo. Gives it over to Agbaji. He's perfect 4-4 to start off this game. Off to Martin. Drives right down the lane. Floats up the shot. No good. Agbaji tried for the tip. Couldn't get it before the horn. And we close out at the end of the first half. Scores 40-29 Kansas. At one point, they were dominating. Up by 19 points at one point in this first half. Taking a look so far. Top players in the game. 13 points by Dave McCormack. Leads all scorers, currently 5 of 6 from the floor, 3 of 4 at the free throw line, 5 of 6 down low. Did pick himself up, though, 2 personal fouls at the late stage of that second half, so that's why McCormack was on the bench, and we saw more of Mitch Lightfoot coming in. Ache Baji, he's got himself 12 points so far, perfect 4 of 4 from the floor. That tip attempt was actually by Jalen Wilson down the lane, and then they're 7 of 14 from three-point range. They started out 7 of 10 from downtown, but they missed the last 4 threes that they've taken and haven't been able to get to the rim constantly for Kansas. As Villanova's defense has made some solid adjustments and has been able to keep themselves hanging in this game with making threes by Colin Gillespie. He is 3 of 5 from downtown. 11 points. Villanova just 5 of 15 from the perimeter. As we're going to go on halftime here between these two teams currently. So Kansas, with 6 minutes left to play, looked like they were on pace for 50. They end up scoring just 40. As they go on a pretty massive scoring drought at the end of the half, and they get held to just 4 points in the final 6 minutes. What's good, Tracy? Thanks so much for joining in. Appreciate it here for joining in. James, glad to have you guys back in the stream. Ozzy, Felipe, Tristan, welcome in. I'm not sure for the U.S. where you can watch it. I know out in the U.S. this game's on TBS. Spaghetti Factory, welcome in. Hey, there you go. Awesome. Glad to watch the stream here, Mark. Appreciate you guys for joining in. We got 300 on the channel. If you guys are new on the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you guys are new. So it's Kansas who took the poll in this one for who do you got going to the championship. 73-27 in favor of Kansas. I plan on covering the next matchup after this game. It will be UNC against Duke. A little bit later tonight. Tip-off times around 8:49 p.m. Eastern. I've been dealing with allergies lately for me. Last couple of days. I'm better than yesterday, though, which is good. Hey, best of luck there for Spaghetti Factory. I'm gonna take a couple minutes break on the stream since we're at halftime. I'll put up the break slide and feel free to talk about whatever you guys would like or anything here, and then we'll be back covering the second half. I came home from earlier today. I actually covered 2 games for baseball and haven't really ate much or something like that. So I'm gonna get myself out to food. And so sorry if I'm sounding a little different today in the stream, because I Been dealing with allergies. It's the change of seasons looks like between winter and spring here as the trees are finally getting their buds on them. And also we got the neighbor's dog over for the week, so I think the last time when he was over, I started to become allergic like after like day 6 or 7, and that's what we're on right now is like day 6 or 7 before he goes back to my neighbor who's on vacation for only a couple more days, and then he comes back from vacation. But I'll put up the break slide. I'll be back in a little bit. Just gonna get myself something to eat, and then we'll get back into action here for the second half. All right, thanks so much all for patiently waiting. We're going to get back into action here in just a moment. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. And it's 40-29, Kansas up over Villanova. As we just closed out at halftime here. Glad to have you guys be a part on the channel today. After this one, I plan on covering Duke against UNC. If you're just joining in right now, my apologies if I haven't been sounding that great today. I've been dealing with allergies past couple of days or so here for you guys, and was just able to eat my dinner finally during halftime here. But Dave McCormack, 13 points, 12 points by Achai Egbaji. Top two scorers for Kansas. Villanova down by 19, able to put themselves back within 11. Up to 9 points before halftime. Colin Gillespie with 11 points, and their defense was able to do that in the last 6 minutes, as Kansas only had 4 points in the final 6 minutes in the game before halftime here. Villanova is going to have to rely heavily upon their defense to get themselves back into this one today. What's good, Ethan, Jake, Jamie, Gooseby? Welcome to the stream, everybody, for being a part. Right now, as we're going to start off, second half of basketball action. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Villanova gets the inbound with Gillespie. Bounce pass top of the key, it's Dixon. Villanova's missed 5 layups as well, so this game should be much closer. They haven't been able to go to the charity stripe too often either. Just 4 or 5 in the first half on free throws. Slater dribbles into the paint, working on Brown. Puts up one, alter by Brown, off the glass, and the rebound controlled by Kansas. Kansas right to left in the court, starting off the second half. Egbaji McCormack delivering between 25 of those 40 points. Jalen Wilson, top of the key, moves it outside of McCormack. McCormack gives it out to his right to Juwan Harris. Harris dribbles into the key, pass it off to a cutter. Christian Brown off the cut, lays it up and in with a right-hand finger roll. Villanova's defense couldn't keep their eyes upon Christian Brown right there as he cut left baseline to the hole. First minute through the second half, Villanova with the ball. Slater towards his left around the perimeter, hands it off to Daniels. Daniels passes outside to Dixon, hands it off to Gillespie. Gillespie at the right wing perimeter. Bounce pass top of the key off to Dixon. Hand off Gillespie, takes the three. Off the screen, he drills it. Colin Gillespie, fourth made three of the game, keeping Villanova in this one. Gillespie's up to 14 now. Top scorer for Nova. Kansas with the ball on the outside. Harris gives it over to McCormack. Moves it over to Wilson. Wilson at the left baseline, and Villanova called in the foul. That'll be their first of the second half. Non-blocking foul. Inbound coming up for Kansas. Hit me up in the chat. Who do you got in this one tonight? Kansas or Villanova to play in the national championship? Winner of this game will take on the winner of Duke versus UNC, the big one later tonight. Looking like the biggest game in all college basketball history. Coach K, possibly his last, if with a win, would move on to the championship. A three, it's good from downtown by Achai Egbaji. Perfect 5 of 5 in this game for Achai. Picks off where he started up in the first half with 4 quick threes, 12 points in the flash, and half number 1 for the All-American. Villanova with the ball. At the left wing, it's Daniels. Double team. Pass on top to Dixon. Dixon looks to move it around. He does. He bounce passes out to the elbow to Samuels. Samuels into the key jumper. No good. Contested by Jalen Wilson. He comes down with a defensive rebound. Tommy, welcome in. Taking Kansas in this one. 17:45 left to go in the second. Kansas has it with Juwan Harris. Harris at the top. Moves over to the outside at Baji. Dumps it over to Brown. Floats it up over the top. McCormack has position. Right underneath. Defended by Dixon. And that's too easy for 2 more. 47-32. Yes, I do NBA games too. 17:20 left to go. Villanova needs to provide an answer here. It's going to be tough. Kansas outscored Villanova in the second 7-3. Gillespie with a lone 3. Bounce pass down low. Dixon working on McCormack. Puts one up and got it with a left-handed layup. Kansas, last 2 buckets going right to the rim. They're just so good inside for this Jayhawks team. Wilson moves it to the left wing to Brown. Brown around the perimeter. Lobs it inside out to McCormack. Passes over to the right wing. Open 3. Juwan Harris right through the shoe that goes for his second triple tonight. They're leaving Juwan Harris open for Villanova's defense. They don't think that he can make threes, but that's his second one today here for Juwan Harris of Kansas. 16-point lead by the Jayhawks. Kansas perfect 4 of 4 to start off this second half, just like they did in the first half. Samuels receives the bounce pass at the top. Lob inside, deflected. Ochai Agbaji comes up with a steal off the deflection by McCormack. And we're going to have another foul picked up here as the clock will stop with 16:22. Best of luck there for Rob today on taking the under 133 of this one. Johnny, welcome back in, man. They're going to call it turnover in transition. It's going to be on Agbaji, so it goes back to Nova. Villanova gets the inbound. Gillespie has it around the perimeter. Hands it off to Brian Antone. Hasn't got many minutes this season. When they lost one of their key players with Justin Moore, that really took a hit to the team. They moved up Caleb Daniels inside the starting 5 as that's a layup good by Villanova. Kansas with a possession at the right corner, Agbaji. Not much depth on the Villanova team this season for them, and that's a big, big loss, losing Moore. Because it's opened up more minutes for Archie Diacono and Anton, but they haven't played much this season. Stolen away from behind by Villanova. 15 and a half left to go in the second. Left baseline, Gillespie, double team, lost the handle. Goes out of bounds. Kansas pleading their case that it was turned over by Gillespie, but the referees point in the direction for Villanova that it's going to stay Villanova basketball. So we take the first time out here of the second half. 15:29 left to go. It's Kansas up by 14, 50-36 on Villanova. All right, so first time out here, right out of the gate. Kansas points to the paint in this matchup, looking real good and also drilling threes. They made 9 threes in this game for Kansas. Start out 7 of 10 from the perimeter. Then they cooled off. They missed their last 4 threes before halftime. They picked up and they've knocked down their first threes of the second half here for Kansas. Ochai Agbaji, he is red hot, All-American for a reason. He's got 15 points. And Villanova keeping open Juwan Harris on the outside. The point guard, more of the facilitator here for Kansas. But he's made 2 threes in this game for Harris, along with 2 steals. One of their best defenders on the team for Kansas. They've got 4 steals to a Villanova team that doesn't give opponents many steals. Villanova's turned it over 7 times. They had 4 of those turnovers first 4 minutes. What's good, Ethan on the stream? Welcome in, man. Rod Gunn, welcome in. I'm going to go Duke in the next game. Yes, I think the Lakers going to miss the play-in tournament. They got a really tough schedule for the final week for LA. This game and the Duke game is both on TBS. Not yet. I was out all day today. So yeah, I'll join it when I got a chance there, man. Yeah, Spurs been getting better and better lately. Good trade they got with the Celtics with getting Josh Richardson. Victoria, welcome to the stream. Right now with a timeout. In this one, it's 50-36 Kansas. Yes, the championship game is on TBS as well. They usually switch between TBS and CBS like every other season, so that's why. Yeah, that's why they put it on TBS this year. They switch between every other year. Like next year will go on CBS, and the Final Four will go on CBS, and then the year after that will go on TBS. Yeah, I've been dealing with allergies past few days. So we come back out of the timeout. 15 and a half left to go in the second. Villanova gets the inbound. Gillespie slides to his left. Thought about taking a three. Defended by Juwan Harris. Gave up the pass instead. Here's a three on the outside. It's good by Brandon Slater. Hanging in their game. If they make more threes, they get a chance for Villanova. But Kansas, one of the prime things that they've done this season, locked down around the perimeter. Villanova starts out 4 of 6 in this half. Kansas is now 4 of 5 as that's an air ball out of bounds. I don't know. That was intended to be a shot there by Christian Brown or what it was, but it was well under the net. I took Kansas in this one. I took Kansas and Duke for my predictions to the championship. I had pizza for supper. Under 15 minutes left to go in the second. Daniels dribbles up into the key. Gives it outside. Here's a three by Slater. No good. Had a good look. It skipped around the rim and out, though. A rebound pulled down by Kansas. Christian Brown. Gives it over to Harris. Pump fake at the top. Working on Gillespie. Harris moves it out to his left to a perfect Achai Egbaji. 5 of 5, 15 points, all from 3. Hand off to Brown. Harris has it once again. 12 on the shot clock. Takes it into the key. Falling away. Jumper. Missed off the back rim. Rebound collected by Daniels of Villanova. 14-15 left to go. Another three. That is good. By Caleb Daniels that time. Cuts it to 8. This is as close as it's been. Timeout taken by Bill Self. Daniels receives the pass from Slater. That's a big-time three. Villanova cuts the Kansas lead to 8, and they're hanging in there right now. Able to make some of their threes right at the start of the second half, giving them an opportunity if they make more. Villanova, strong perimeter shooting team. So now we got ourselves a ball game. This is as close as it's been in a long time. It's a 19-point lead at 1 point for Kansas. I took Kansas in this one. If Villanova is close in this game, in like the final minute, watch out for Villanova because they can make their free throws. A lot of these close games, like if they find themselves up even by like 1 or 2, Kansas misses a shot, and then they have to come in and fall in the final minute, then that whole momentum swing goes right over to Villanova. Villanova's the best free throw shooting team in all college hoops. Yep, I remember you. I had pizza for dinner today. Let's see that Duke UNC game tonight. Biggest game in college basketball history. It's Duke, who's a 4-point favorite on the line. Over-under at 152.5. Huh. Yeah, that's odd that it blocked the Duke game for you. Huh. That's really odd. I know because this TBS game is on... It's on cable. Oh, where you are, because you're out in North Carolina. They do blackouts there. That's terrible. I don't think college basketball should be blacked out. I don't know why. If they have blackouts, because I remember that happening to me last year with the Celtics games. I got blacked out a couple of those games last year. Like couldn't watch them through my streaming provider to get the games from. It was pepperoni pizza that I had. What's good? Welcome to the stream. We got Sports Central. Keith, glad to have you guys join in, being a part here. Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Duke. Not how Coach K wanted to end it on their home court. They got another chance to redeem themselves tonight, though, in the rubber match. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action here on the channel, play-by-play. College hoops, also NBA games as well. I stream, and glad to have you guys be a part of the channel tonight. So we come back from the timeout, 14 minutes left to play. Remy Martin going to take the basketball up the floor here for Kansas as part of a Villanova 8-0 scoring run in the last 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Achai Agbaji, DeJuan Harris, Remy Martin, Jalen Wilson, Dave McCormack. 5 in the court currently for Kansas. McCormack backs his way, hook shot in the key, turnaround around the rim, missed. Jermaine Samuels comes out with a defensive rebound. Gillespie, Samuels, Daniels, Brian Anton, and Brandon Slater. That's the 5 in the court currently for Villanova. Down by 8, the largest, or the closest that they've been in a long time since the early first for Villanova. At the free throw circle, 10 in the shot clock for Slater. Dribbles underneath the hoop, working on McCormack. Missed the layup, no good. That's the 6th missed layup of the game by Villanova. It goes back to Kansas. Martin at the top, had it open for a second, gave it over to Agbaji, swings over to Martin, out to the corner. Harris open 3, takes one, offline, no good, tipped up, offensive rebound. McCormack puts it up and in. That's good for 2. Oh man, the big fella putting in some big time minutes here today for David McCormack. 15 points, 4 rebounds now. Yeah, I take Bunkero too. I think out of all the players, Bunkero's the best player in the tournament. It's a huge putback there by McCormack. When McCormack goes off, there's a good chance that Kansas will win the game. That's a 3 straight away. That's good. The top of the key, Caleb Daniels for Villanova drills it. They're inching closer. 7-point game. 12.5 left to go in the second. Harris gives it over to Martin on the top. Martin, 15 on the shot clock. Moves it over to Harris. Spots up. Open 3. Got it. His 3rd of the game by DeJuan Harris. Usually not the big-time scorer. He's up to 9 points, though, making 3 triples. Not known as a knockdown shooter, but Villanova's left him all open all game long. And if you leave me open, I'll knock down the shot for you. We're in New Orleans. We're in the Final Four. Playing some big basketball right now. I'll take the shot. I'll convert. At the left baseline. Villanova has the ball, backing their way into the key. Turnaround, banks it. That's a strong finish there by Jermaine Samuels. Right at the rim for 2. Under 12 minutes left to play. Kansas has possession. From 2005, that's too funny. Here's a 3. Nobody can stop him. Achai Agbaji. Perfect 6 of 6 from 3-point range. Incredible. He's got 18 points for the All-American. Going to be a lottery pick for Achai. 11.5 left to go in the second. These 3s by Kansas. It stopped the momentum by Villanova. Gillespie shoots the 3. We got a lot of 3s dropping. That's good. A lot of great basketball here. 3 answer, 3 answer. That's how we're going. In the last couple moments, 11:10 left to go in the second. Wilson turns the corner, drives down the lane, left-handed layup. He scores. Up and off the backboard. It's 60-50 Kansas. Under 11 minutes left to go. Villanova started out 4-14 from the perimeter ever since they're 6 of 7. Gillespie, been the go-to for Villanova, keeping them hanging into the game. Gillespie, pump fake, inside, blocked by Jalen Wilson, and the Jayhawks come up with a basketball. Gillespie's got 17, 13 by Daniels, 10 by Slater. Martin gives it outside, into the hands of DeJuan Harris. Lobs it over to McCormack, puts it up with a huge dunk right there. Able to evade his defender. Oh my goodness, Dave McCormack throwing it down with a major two-handed flush. And we're going to have a timeout taken to the floor by Jay Wright. Oh, McCormack's feeling it today. The lob inside, working on Brian Anton, who hasn't received many minutes this season. Puts over a poster over Jermaine Samuels on the defense underneath. Try to come up late and contested, but Dave McCormack throws him up over a poster with a two-handed jam. 19 points by McCormack, with 5 rebounds. Yet to commit a foul in the second half. He's picked up 2 fouls all in the first half. But when he plays big, Kansas goes right with him. And the big fella right now is delivering. 80% shooting by McCormack as we take the timeout. And the Jayhawks up by 12. Wow. If you guys are doing a stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe right now as we're on the timeout. 10:25 remaining in the second half. Welcome in all the new people in the stream. Underwater levels. Josh, glad to have you guys join in, being a part here. Kansas now +4 in the glass, 25-21. They are shredding it away from three today. Both of these teams are 11 of 19 for Kansas. Started out 7 of 10. And Villanova hanging in this one through the threes. They're 10 of 21. Turnovers crushed them early in this game, though. They have 4 turnovers first 4 minutes. They've only turned it over 3 times ever since the 16-minute mark remaining in the first. They had it winning 7. That was the closest they got, was winning 7. It was basically for a stretch of that second, around like the 13-12 minute mark. They were going like 3 made by both of the teams, trading the threes. And then it was a big block. It was Jalen Wilson who blocked Gillespie underneath the rim, and that resulted in a Kansas possession, which just led to the slam by McCormack. McCormack's been monstrous in this game today. What's good, Michigan last? Welcome in. Little Red on the stream. Welcome in. Watching with Mary. Thanks so much for joining in the channel. Yeah, feel free to join the Discord server. That link is posted in the chat right there by my man Ethan. Appreciate it, man. All 4 of those links are posted in the description below this video. Discord, Twitter, merchandise. We got some pretty cool stuff out there. Short sleeve, long sleeve shirts, iPhone cases, pillow stickers, sweatshirts. And then the memberships link is pinned to the chat. That's as low as $1.99 per month. If anybody's interested in becoming a member, gets your shout outs at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. As we had, let's see, I'm going to scroll up if I'm able to get it. There we go. New member onto the membership. We welcome in Mike Riggs to the membership as he joined in during the halftime break. So 62-50 as we're going to come back to action. Villanova will get the inbound down by 12. I'm going to predict that one in a big victory for Duke. So I hope it is close. I'm going to take Duke, though, by 16 in that game. 84-68 for my prediction. I hope it's close, though. I just feel like the basketball, like the level of basketball that Duke has been playing, has been tremendous. And the teams that they beat, Brandon Slater takes the 3 and he makes it for Villanova. They cut the Kansas lead to 9. Both teams have made 11 threes tonight. And coming off of wins against Texas Tech and Arkansas, 2 really good teams for Duke, and playing some of the best basketball right now. So maybe, I guess, because I thought this would be a closer game, I took Kansas in this game for my prediction. I hope it's close, though. Maybe I was wrong for my prediction. Maybe this is the one that Kansas wins by 16 and UNC wins by like 4 or 3 or 2. I predicted Kansas by 4 in this one, 65-61, but the tempo just hasn't played in favor of Villanova right now. Villanova has a chance, though, off the rebound. They have the ball. Dixon backs his way inside the key. 9-10 left to go. Dixon puts one up and no good. Missed the shot down low. Gets his own rebound. Blocked from behind by Brown. Though it's going to be called a blocking foul, so 9:08 remaining. Christian Brown picks up the blocking foul, and it will send the 2 shots to the line for Dixon. So Eric Dixon here shooting 2 free throws coming up. He is 2 of 3 today at the line. First one by Dixon, that is good. So this is an 8-point game. Closest they got in the second half was 7. Happy MT, dude. Appreciate it here for the membership. You guys legends in the channel. Let's get that membership pipe here for Happy MT, dude. They pull within 7 once again. Free throw, the second one is good. 62-55. 8:45 left to go. Kansas with the ball. Achai moves on top. Deep three, missed off the mark by Remy Martin. The closest that it's been by Villanova since the start of this game. 8.5 left to go. Gillespie passes on top out to the wing over to Daniels. Daniels working on Wilson. Step back three in the air. Oh, missed it. Skipped around the rim and out. He had an opportunity though. Brown receives the pass up the court for Kansas. Out to the top to Martin. Over to Wilson. Passes outside to Brown. Brown inside the key. Working on Gillespie. Moves on top. Martin. Lob inside McCormack. Has position. Puts one up and that'll be a blocking foul called. It's on Villanova. And Dave McCormack back to the free throw line. That's going to be on Dixon from behind. So McCormack going to go to the free throw line. He's going to shoot 2 coming up here. 19 points, 8 of 10. And the floor having a monster game. Yeah, Butler was the number 8 seed that made it to the championship. They didn't win, though. First one's good by McCormack. Hey, thanks so much, Jeremy. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for the clarification there, too. Yeah, I should add in shooting instead. Not much falls in this game at all. 2 by Villanova in the second half. 1 by Kansas. Just 5 total by Villanova in this game. Kansas with 5 as well. Second shot was good by McCormack. Up to 9 once again for the lead by Kansas. Under 8 minutes left to play. Villanova with a 3. Gillespie off the rim. Tapped off the glass. McCormack couldn't stay with it. Off of his fingers and it goes out of bounds. So we're going to take the media timeout now. 7:47 left to go. Second half. And this one started to get good here. Villanova dropping down threes to hang into this game. Both teams have made 11 threes tonight, shooting well above 40% from the perimeter. Yeah, Villanova at 44%. They've got the looks. They had the opportunity to make more, just haven't been able to send them down. But when Colin Gillespie started to get into a roll at one point, he gave his team confidence, and they started to chip into that lead. Around the 6-minute mark left to go in the first half. And 17 by Gillespie leading all scorers for Villanova. 13 by Caleb Daniels. 13 by Brandon Slater. All 3 of those players have made at least 2 threes in this game so far. Nobody else. Jermaine Samuelson's made 1 3. So those 3 have combined for 10 of the 11. And then Kansas with Dave McCormack. Incredible game by McCormack. When he plays well, there's a good chance that they're going to pull out the W. And today's one of these games for McCormack that he's playing well. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 10 from the floor. 18 points by Achai Agbaji, who is perfect, 6 of 6. Agbaji, the All-American, he's only taken the fourth highest amount of shots in this game. Juwan Harris, who isn't really known for his offense, has taken 1 more shot greater than Agbaji. Harris has got 9 points, making 3 threes. Kansas is 11 of 20 on the outside. So, yeah, we still got some time in this game right now. And this has turned into be a great matchup. 26-26 in the glass. It was a 19-point lead by Kansas, and Villanova hanging in there. And they've been making some really good adjustments out of timeout to chip back into this lead. So that's a thing to pay attention to, is coming out of timeouts, how they're able to get themselves, if they can, back into this game. Because they're right there. They're hanging in. They're down by 9. Once we get to like 5 points, then it's on. It's open to anybody, especially Villanova, when they're the top free throw shooting team in the nation. You just don't want to be playing a close game against Villanova, because they usually take that majority of the time. This game is on TBS. Yeah, so they put the Final Four, so this game, the next game, all on TBS, and then the National Championship is on TBS. So they swap between TBS and CBS every other season to cover the games. And feel free to join me in for UNC against Duke. We'll have that one around an hour from now, as I'll be covering the stream for that game later tonight. Yeah, every single shot that he's drilled has been a 3 by Achai. And he made 4 of those in like the first, I think like 6-7 minutes for Achai. He made those 3s. (64-55). We have 7:44 left to play, remaining in the second half. Villanova gets the inbound. Gillespie at the corner, dribbles up, right baseline jumper, and missed off the side of the rim. Rebound by McCormack now with his 6th board. McCormack, the game leader, 21.6 rebounds. Remy Martin's only got 3 points today, just 1 of 5 from the floor with 3. Martin saved Kansas in the victory over Providence. Played really strong at the beginning of this tournament, and also in the Big 12 tournament in a great game against Texas Tech. 5 in the shot clock. Agbaji, jumper, missed off the back rim. That's his first miss of the game. It happens with just over 7 minutes remaining. Villanova down by 9, chance to cut into it some more. Gillespie, defended by Jalen Wilson, dribbles into the key. Gillespie, mid-block, bounce pass out to the top. Slater, off to Daniels. Daniels with under 7 minutes left to play, working on McCormack, now double team left baseline. Gets the pass out to Slater, pump fake at the top, dribbles up down the lane. Heavy contact there, and that will be an offensive foul. Charge to Brandon Slater. Jalen Wilson puts his... That's Achai Agbaji right there. Achai Agbaji, number 30. Puts his body on the line, takes the charge. Heavy contact as Slater runs him over right down the lane. Hey, there you go. So, Andrew's got Sirius XM. You got the game on tonight. That's awesome there, man. Achai Agbaji's been huge tonight for Kansas. Hasn't attempted a ton of shots, but super efficient right out of the gate. And all of his makes been 3s. And a big charge there. 6:45 left to go. Kansas back with the basketball. Handoff around the perimeter. Wilson to Agbaji. Agbaji passes to his left to Remy Martin. Martin off to Agbaji. Over to the middle. Jumper. 15-footer straight away. That's well off the mark. Hit the bottom right part of the glass by Jalen Wilson. Rebound back, it goes to Villanova. Thanks so much for watching the Philippines. We got lucky in the stream. International reach on here, always good. Dixon at the top, bounce pass. Right block into the hands of Jermaine Samuels. Backs his way into Agbaji, puts one up, and Samuels gets it to go. Count it and 1. That's a shooting foul charge to that. Chance to complete the 3-point play coming up by Jermaine Samuels. And if he does, this will be the closest the game has been since the start of this game today. They've never been down by 6 since the first half. Closest they've gone is winning 7 3 times now. 77% free throw shooter by Jermaine Samuels. And the top free throw shooting team in the nation. He gets it. And now it's in range that this is anybody's game. Knowing that Villanova can knock down free throw after free throw. 6 minutes left to go. Kansas will bring it up the court. Kansas had a 19-point lead. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ecuador, welcome in Martin out from Ecuador. Brown shoots the 3, missed off the front rim. Offensive rebound, McCormack picks up his 7th rebound. Juwan Harris, bounce pass to McCormack. He's got 21. Double teamed into the key, turnaround, puts one up, and he scores up to 23 for Dame McCormack. Just been so good today inside the paint. 5.5 left to go. Villanova down by 8 as they get the basketball. Dixon at the top. Looking to hand it off. He gives it over to Daniels. Daniels defended by Agbaji. 12 on the shot clock. Daniels takes the 3 straight away. No good. Around the rim and out. Rebound pulled down by Christian Brown to Kansas. 5:15 remaining. Jayhawks by 8. Harris gives it over to Brown. 20 on the shot clock. Hands it over to Agbaji around the perimeter. Now off to Harris, who's made 3 threes today. Harris this time guarded by Gillespie, switched by Slater. Wilson off to Brown. Brown dribbles up 5 in the shot clock. Pro hop into the key, floats it up and scores, as that's good for 2 more. 68-58, back-to-back 2s by Kansas, McCormack and Brown. Once a 6-point lead has been up to 10. From Canada, thanks so much for joining in, Pat. Not sure. I think it's 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game, the Duke and UNC game would tip off if it goes into overtime. I think there's like a half an hour difference underneath. Trying to sneak around with Samuels. Samuels will draw a fall down low. This will be a shooting fall committed by Kansas. So it's going to send Jermaine Samuels to the free throw line coming up for Villanova. A really good game right here. Yeah, both these games are out in New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. 2 free throws coming up by Jermaine Samuels. 4:29 left to go. First one is good. Both teams shooting the ball well at the free throw line. Kansas 5 of 6. They were not like that against Miami. Went 13 of 26 and still won by a pretty big point total. 8 of 10 by Villanova. As that free throw missed off the front rim by Samuel. So only 1 of 2 that trip of the line. It's Kansas who outscored Miami second half 47 to 15. 4:10 left to go. Brown with the ball up by 9 for Kansas. Deflected on the near side of the court, goes out of bounds. Stay Jayhawks possession. We got 4:07 left to play. Kansas will get the inbound. Achai Agbaji will be the inbound passer. Looks like Villanova might have Demir Cosby Roundtree check into the game. Hasn't played much at all this season for number 21, but we see him out there near the bench area, as that will be a 3 taken by Kansas. It's good by Christian Brown from the outside. 71 to 59. That is 3-point make number 12 of the game. 52% from the perimeter by Kansas, 12 of 22. Handoff, Gillespie dribbles up into the key. Kick out to the corner. Pump fake. Slater out to the wing. Here's a 3. Blocked by Kansas. Goes back to the Jayhawks. Pass ahead. Agbaji attacking. And it will be a fall picked up from behind by Dixon. 2 shots coming up in the free throw line for Achai Agbaji. Christian Brown brings all that energy into the building for the Jayhawks fans here, representing NOLA. Did it against Miami, putting them on that big run to start off the early second half, and they never looked back. And Christian Brown right there potentially could have sealed this one. 71 to 59. So we're going to go in a timeout, and Agbaji will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. All right, we go in the timeout. We got 3:31 left to go. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate everybody for joining and being a part here tonight. Dave McCormack, when he goes, the whole team goes. 23 points, 8 rebounds for McCormack in this game. Achai Agbaji, 6 of 7 from the floor, perfect. 6 of 6 from 3. He's got 18 points. Jalen Wilson with 9. Christian Brown has been silent most of the game. He just got up to 7 with a made 3. And then 4 players double figures by Villanova, 17 by Gillespie, 13 each. Or that's 3 players double figures, 17 by Gillespie, and 13 each by Slater and Daniels. Yeah, I'm not sure what the channel is out there in international countries for the tournament. Because out in the U.S., it's TBS for the Final Four and for the National Championship. And my apologies today for today's stream. My allergy has been pretty bad past couple of days. I've been getting better, though. I feel much better than yesterday. I slept for a lot yesterday when I came home from work. What's good, Jacob? Welcome to the streamer, man. Yes, at times they play down to their competition, it seems like, for Kansas, but this team, when they click, and they are just lights out when they play together, and they are extremely focused. But we haven't really gotten like a full 40 by Kansas this season of like focus. I feel like the Big 12 tournament game was that game that because I picked Kansas to win it all. That was the game that was the deciding factor for me. That was like, oh, I got to take this team because I saw them play a solid 40 against Texas Tech, whereas Texas Tech got on a couple of scoring droughts, and Kansas proved that they could score constant against the top defense. But yeah, there's been stretches that Villanova's gone on runs like 10-0, 8-0. And Kansas played down the first half against Miami, and they've just... The difference maker in this game is how Kansas started. They brought all that energy in from their Elite 8 game, and they started out on fire. Took a little while for Villanova to adjust. Villanova got as close as 6 points, down by 19 at one point, but now it's a 12-point game. David on the stream, welcome in. Yeah, it's a big-time three, and Agbaji will head to the free-throw line shooting 2 coming up here for Kansas. So 3:31 left to go. First shot missed off the back rim. GG, welcome in. .76% free throw shooter, but just missed the front end of 2 shots here. Second one's good, so splits him. Villanova with the ball with under 3:30 remaining. Daniels dribbles up underneath the rim. Daniels tiptoes the baseline, circles around to the key working. McCormack sneaks around left hand, no good. Missed the layup off the glass. McCormack, the big feller, comes up with a defensive rebound. Oh man, Dave McCormack's been huge today. It's the reason why Kansas is going to come out on top in this matchup. 23-9 for McCormack, 9 of 11 shooting from the floor. Just been unstoppable down inside the paint. Harris with the ball at the top of the key. He gives it over to his left to Jalen Wilson. 2:50 left to go. Passes out to the wing. Brown shoots the 3. Hits it again. Christian Brown, cold-blooded in the final 4 minutes of this game. Back-to-back threes by Christian Brown. And that is the exclamation point on the night for the Kansas Jayhawks to send them into the national championship game with 2:30 left to play. Villanova inside the key. Samuels moves it back outside. Here's a 3 on its way. Slater got it. 75-62. They're 345th in offensive adjusted tempo per KenPom, and this is just too little time to get back into this game. 2:23 remaining as Kansas up by 13 now with a timeout taken on the floor. Christian Brown was the momentum builder against Miami that allowed Kansas to catapult in the second half with an early 3-point shot that he made that he was able to can it. He's able to knock down back-to-back threes. Brown up to 10 points now. That's 3 players double figures. McCormack with 23, 9 rebounds. 19 by Agbaji. Perfect 6 of 6 from the perimeter. He's attempted 7 shots total, 6 of 7 total from the floor. And 10 points, 4-8 shooting by Christian Brown. And his lone threes are both of his threes made in the last 4 minutes and under mark remaining as we got 2:23 left to go. $75-62. Feel free to join in for Duke versus UNC later tonight. Appreciate all for joining in here. That game will tip off at around 50 minutes from now. That game will tip off. So 8:49 tip-off time. That's 50 minutes currently from now. Yeah, that's a tough loss, losing Moore, top defender of Villanova's team. And Kansas got to the paint early in this game, and they started to make down a bunch of threes in this one. Kansas has made 13 threes. Here's another one looking for 14. Missed off the back rim by Agbaji. That's his first miss from behind the arc. Deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Villanova. Going to stay Kansas ball with 2 minutes remaining. Mark, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Kansas going to get the inbound. 2 minutes left to go. Yeah, Kansas shooting 54% in this game. 56.5% from 3. That's unbelievable. They're 13 of 24 from the perimeter. And Villanova did they shot the ball better from 3 than they did for 2. They missed quite a bit of layups today in this game. Villanova made 12 threes. They only made 9 twos. They were 21 of 54 from the floor. That's only 37.7%. Villanova, though, was 41% from 3. So minute 49 left to play. We're going to have a timeout taken on the floor here. Kansas, Villanova, both with 1 timeout each. Yeah, I definitely want to get into like bigger schools in the future. I covered games. I got accepted into cover games at a couple of D3 colleges in the area, so I started out covering at a couple of schools lately. Today I was actually covering a baseball game, so I called a doubleheader today. And my apologies if I do sound a little bit odd with my voice today. I'm not at my best today because I'm dealing with allergies myself right now. It's the change of the season. It's gone from winter to spring, and the buds are on the trees once again. And we got the golden retrievers in the house for a week. That we got the neighbor's dog since my neighbor's on vacation, and I'm not sure if the dog gives me allergies. I remember the last time though I got a lot of allergies with the dog before that he had. The same type of breed, golden retriever, but he passed away 2 years ago when we took care of him. And yeah, this one gets a lot of fur in the house, and he's quite a wild dog. I can't really take him on my streams because yeah, he'd eat the microphone, he'd eat the camera. There'd be no broadcasting equipment left with this new dog that for the golden retriever that they have. Achai Baji just got fouled. We're gonna go back to the free throw line coming up for Kansas. 2 shots by Baji here with a minute 43 remaining. Yeah, thanks so much, guys, for being a part here. Keith in the stream, welcome in. Martin, thanks so much for joining in. Dennis, Jacob, glad to have you guys be a part of the stream. 1:43 left to play. Feel free to join in for Duke against UNC, the biggest game in college basketball history after this one. Agbaji nails down both of the free throws. Kansas up 77-62. 1:43 left to play. Kansas is 80% at the free throw line, 8 of 10. Same as Villanova in this game. Kansas really struggled hitting free throws last game against Miami. Corner 3. That is good by Villanova. Brian Antone. See if he can take some momentum if he comes back to Nova for his senior season. A junior from Tyndon Falls, New Jersey. Only averaged 1.4 points per game. 1:10 left to go. Wilson, dump off, down the lane. McCormack puts the exclamation point on that one with a 2-handed flush. Yeah, that was incredible heart in that game by Providence, man. I don't know how they're going to be able to top that off in quite some time because they lose basically their whole team for next season. They had 7 seniors in that team. Missed 3 by Villanova, rebound Kansas, and Villanova picks up a reach and fall charge to Gillespie. All sports in the stream, welcome in. NFL Grabbers, glad to have you guys in tonight. Joe, welcome back in. Yep, he called it. Kansas by 15 in this one. Pretty close right now. 14-point Kansas lead. 50 seconds left to go. And Kansas going to be heading to the national championship. Yeah, they switch off between CBS and TBS. It seems like it's usually on CBS because in 2020 they were supposed to put these games on TBS. So we've had 2019 and 2021, the games on CBS. So it hasn't been in 4 years. So 4 years it's been the last time that the Final Four was on TBS because they're supposed to switch, but then got in the canceled season. Probably not, unfortunately, for the Turtle appearance. Christian Brown at the free throw line in the bonus now, and Villanova picked up their 7th. I took Duke in that game. Yeah, I usually bring them out when I cover streams in the living room or up in New Hampshire when I'm closer to my family. Corner three, halfway down by Villanova, but around the rim and out. Rebound pulled out by Jalen Wilson, and back to the free throw line Kansas will go. There are 35 seconds left to play. Colin Gillespie comes out of the game. Tough ending here for this one for Gillespie, but what an incredible season for him. Making it to the Final Four for Gillespie in his final season as Villanova's got their starters checking out of the game. Jermaine Samuels heads out now for Villanova. These guys will be surely missed. First one is good by Jalen Wilson. It's just Kansas came out and they the best conference in all college basketball, Big 12 Conference. And once again, Kansas is going to make their way to the national championship. And the Big 12 Conference has represented the national championship now for 3 straight seasons. Second one good by Jalen Wilson. Yes, I'll be covering UNC versus Duke as we'll tip off that game in under 50 minutes from now. Looking at more like under 45. Actually. Texas Tech lost to Virginia back in 2019. Baylor won the championship last year over Gonzaga and Kansas. Repping the Big 12, 3 separate teams, 3 straight tournaments in a row. Big 12 gets represented, and this year they had the best conference in all college basketball per winning percentage against opponents, 62.5%. It's a turnover by Villanova, back to Kansas with 23 seconds. Kansas, they're doing it for their team back in 2020. The players that could not play. Udoka Azubuike, Devon Dotson, they were the number 1 team entering the 2020 tournament as projected. 2020 season was canceled, and Ache Baji, he said it when they won against Miami that we're doing it for these guys, winning them a chip for their big man Udoka now in the NBA. 10 seconds left to go. Kansas gonna get there, and they'll play on Monday in the national championship. Jayhawks come out, and they drill down 13 threes, go 54% from the perimeter in this game. Villanova made a comeback. They were down by 6 at one point. Looked like they could cut it closer, but man, Kansas just response after response as they were just able to provide an answer and knock down shot after shot after shot. David McCormack, 25 points with 9 rebounds. When he goes, the Jayhawks go, and he went in a huge way today inside the paint in this game for McCormack. 10 to 12 from the floor, 21 points by Ache Baji. He nailed down 6 threes, 4 those in the first half. He played like an All-American for sure in this matchup tonight. Showed up in a big way. Christian Brown showed up in the final 4 minutes. Knocked down 2 big threes to send Kansas into the national championship game. Final score 81-65 here in this one. I'll be back coming up covering Duke against UNC in a little bit, everybody. Thanks so much for joining in. Before I do sign off, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Feel free to join in for Duke against UNC, and I also plan on covering the national championship game on Monday if you guys are interested as well. Before I do sign off, going to close out to the channel members. So we got 2 channel members that's new here. We got Mike and Happy MT Dude. First time for both of these channel members. So new to the membership, 2 members today. All get a shout out as we have Jason, Cindy, Rajip, Old Ed Deuce, Brian, SG Sports Talk, Russell, D Block, BP Greg, Oreo Pudding, Bino, Arohan, Steven. Mike, Mark, John, Jessica, Stephanie, Ahito, Josa, Tristan, LK and GFR90, Woody, Ward, I Am Ghost, Pamela, Keith, Isaiah, Ian, Mike, Happy MT Dude, Mandon Hayes, Barco, Dave, Rise of Steel, Kelly, Bruin, CF, and Spaghetti Factory. We wrap up this one. Final score, Kansas 81, Villanova 65. I'll be back coming up for Duke against UNC in around 40 minutes from now. Thanks so much, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday night.